What's up, guys? I got another comment on Facebook. There's some truth in this one, though. So, I saw this video of Pantera. Like, new Pantera, quote unquote. And all I said was this: if you go to a Pantera show now, you are not seeing Pantera. And oh my god. There was like 8, 10, 12, 14 people saying, I'm so fucking tired of hearing that comment. We're all so tired of hearing this. And it's like, dude, you know it's not Pantera. It's a tribute, apparently, but they don't put that in the title. It says Pantera. I'm sorry, but if you're going to a Pantera show now, you're not seeing Pantera. Like, Pantera was Phil, Rex, Dime, and Vinny. Without Dime and Vinny, Pantera doesn't exist. It's just my opinion, you know? But, I mean, I've listened to it. I've watched a whole set on YouTube. The songs sound good. Charlie's doing a great job. Zach is doing a great job on the guitar. It honestly does sound like Zach Wilde playing Pantera. I mean, there's too much of Zach in there, to me. I mean, if you're going to do a tribute to someone that is your best friend, and say, hey man, I'm gonna play that music to honor this person, would you not play the solos exactly how Dime played them? Now I get it, Zach puts his own flair on it, and not to get off topic, but when Satriani did the Best of All Worlds tour, doing the Van Halen stuff, Satch played Eddie's parts, but he put his flair on it. But they weren't calling it Van Halen the way that Pantera now is calling it Pantera. I mean, it's Phil and Rex with a cover band. A cover band, basically. Zach's parts and Charlie's parts are a cover band. And to me, man, I might sound like a douchebag for this, but to me, it's sort of a cash grab for Phil, and it's very disrespectful. Because Vinny never wanted a reunion to happen. He said it would never happen, ever. And I've seen him be interviewed, and they asked him about Phil, and he was like, I don't want to talk to him. And that's all I need to say about that. So, to me, man, I mean, people can get mad if they want to. It's just an opinion. Again, just like the Avenged Sevenfold thing. But, like, dude, you're not seeing Pantera. Not without Vinny and Dom. And then I said this. I said, why couldn't they have got Ola England from The Haunted to play guitar for this? Because at least Ola would have played the solos the way Don played them. And one dude came back in the comments and he was like, yeah, dude, go ahead and recommend somebody that no one's ever heard of. And I asked the dude, have you not seen Ola England on YouTube? And he goes, oh yeah, I have. And I was like, really? So no one's ever heard of Ola, but you know his YouTube channel. And he left. He never got back to me. I don't know, man. I mean, sometimes, dude, sometimes it's just me saying something, that's sarcastic or something, and people taking it seriously. But this I really was completely serious that this is a cash grab for Phil and Rex. And that's just my opinion. Now, I never had the chance to go see Pantera back in the day. But I know several people that have. And they said, like, it was an experience like no other. It was loud, it was in your face, the mosh pits were brutal as hell, and when you walked out of a Pantera show, you had something to remember it by, like a broken nose, a dislocated shoulder, busted kneecap, things like that. But now, it just seems like Zach playing Pantera, and Phil can still do it, but he's not the greatest anymore. They have to tune down to C sharp in order for Phil to sing it. And a lot of the songs weren't tuned that low. I know I'm Broken is tuned to C sharp standard. I think that's the only one that I remember being that way. And it just sounds weird to hear Cowboys from Hell tuned down that low. I mean, not to say that Zach can't play the stuff. I mean, he can. Clearly, he can play the riffs. He can play the solos, Zach style. But I was expecting what they said in the beginning. Zach would use all of Dime's gear. That's what they said. And I was like, dude, he's gonna play Dime's amps, Dime's guitars. Like, this will be crazy because Dime used 9-gauge strings, and I don't ever remember Zach using 9s. I thought, well, if he does start playing those, he's gonna start breaking strings constantly. Because the last that I'd heard about Zach, he was playing 1170s in BLS. And I was like, dude, like trying to, after playing 11s for so long, you try to bend a 9, you're going to break the shit out of it. And I was really hoping that he would use some of those old guitars. And we can see those guitars again. But no, he's using his wild audio stuff that are painted up like Dime's guitars. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? If you go to a Pantera show, are you actually seeing Pantera? Because to me, it's not Pantera. Honestly, I had never been the biggest fan of them. And I know that's probably be like, what? From people, like, how can you say that? They're like the most influential heavy metal band, like, ever. I've heard people say that, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but you got Metallica wrong. Just like that Avenged Sevenfold comment, dude. Like, do you really think Avenged Sevenfold's ever gonna hit the influential status of Metallica? I don't think so. They got a long time to go before they get to that level. And then I had a guy I work with. He went to Metallica sometime earlier this year, and Pantera was there. And I asked him, I was like, dude, how was it? How was Pantera? The new Pantera. And he was like, well, I couldn't really understand shit they said, and the music sounded half decent. But then when Metallica went on, like, they destroyed everybody. Suicidal Tendencies and Pantera didn't have a chance. And I was like, well, that sounds about right for Metallica, Because it's Metallica, I mean. But anyway, I don't mean to get off topic here, but what do you guys think? When you go to these Pantera shows, are you seeing Pantera? Or should they call it a tribute to Pantera instead of Pantera? Let me know in the comments. We'll see you guys later.